Welcome. I'm super excited to see everybody here today. This is the 9th GamesBeat conference, and it's going to be the best darn one yet. We've jammed it in between a whole lot of other conferences, but the content is insane. I think you're really going to enjoy it. So looking forward to it. They've asked me to MC today because I have a reputation for keeping things on schedule, which I don't think any of the publishers I ever worked with would agree with, but that's okay. Here we are. The engine was always on time. All right, so let's get rolling. Most important thing, of course, is the Wi-Fi. Now, some of you are using the free unsecured Wi-Fi. To you, I say thank you for access to your laptops. To the rest of you, if you'd like, we have the SSID here, username and password. It's in your badge. You can't miss it. Please use that one. All right. So that's obviously the most important thing. No, wait, the most important thing is to thank the people who paid for this. Because while we all know that GamesBeat is, a massive media conglomerate that really is the most powerful company in the industry, they still managed to gather some sponsorships from partners. Google's our platinum sponsor this year. AdColony really stepped up in a big way, and a lot of other folks did as well, including the nice guys behind the Unreal Engine. And we've got a lot of press partners as well, while, of course, GamesBeat, again, is the premier journalist venue in the games industry and the VR industry. I guess some other folks decided to help and repost their stories without comments or edits. So thanks very much. I'm kidding, of course. We're glad to have everybody get behind our voice. And speaking of which, if you'd like to tweet about what we're doing today, GamesBeat is the hashtag. Remember, if you're tweeting and you want people to really pay attention to you, try to jam 7 or 8 hashtags in. That's what people love to see. Over here, we're going to have a Twitter wall. So that gives you an opportunity to really embarrass whoever is on stage. They'll try to pull it down, but there's always a delay and that kind of stuff. So please talk about what we're doing here. And we'd love your feedback. We've got some neat ideas on how to do that, but the most important way is just to walk up to the organizers. They put a ton of time. We've got a great advisory board. Dean and everybody here want to hear your feedback so that we can do this a 10th time. So please speak up, because this is a conference that's constantly changing for folks. If you are into sex bots, wait, no, sorry. That's totally wrong. If you are into asking a robot questions about the conference instead of talking to a real human being, now's your chance. You can use this on Facebook Messenger. Ask questions like, who was that Mike Capps guy? Or who was he wearing? Really, try asking it. Where's the restrooms? What time are the breaks? All that sort of stuff, it's all in there. So just use that if you have any questions. Man, I wish I had a clicker. We're also going to be doing a GamesBeat University this year. So there's going to be sessions going on in the breaks that are live streamed out Tuesday and Wednesday. Gordon Bellamy is going to be emceeing that event. So it's really cool if you'd rather not interact with people during our social breaks, feel free to just go back to your room and watch the live stream instead. But depending on the time of day, we'll be drinking bourbon or coffee or beer. Depending on the time of morning, we'll be drinking bourbon or coffee or beer. So feel free to join us for that as well. So let's get things started off with sort of an overview of the conference, and specifically for our VR AR day. Dean Takahashi, a legend in our industry. He's one of my 2 favorite journalists in the games industry. The other one, you're out there, and I'm not going to say your name so everybody else thinks that you're that person. Come on out, Dean, and let's talk about what's up.
Thank you, Mike, for the nice introduction. Mike is also graciously stepping in for a speaker who couldn't make it today, so he's also going to speak on the AR, VR, Beyond Games panel, and so we're thankful for that. Thank you for coming. Welcome to GamesBeat 2016. This is our 9th annual event, which in Star Wars terms means it's the end of our 3rd trilogy. The nice thing about each GamesBeat, though, is it doesn't seem like the same old movie over and over. And when we started this in 2008, Facebook was the hot new game platform, and the iPhone was just getting started, and it was a platform where you couldn't make money. So I love how times have changed, and how the velocity is so fast. When we created our theme, the Platform Awakens, a few months ago, we were thinking about VR. We didn't realize that Pokemon Go would wake us all up to the potential of augmented reality. on top of the old-fashioned smartphone as the world-changing platform. So as fast as things change, we'd like some things to stay the same. We want the GamesBeat experience to be consistent every time you come. We're always trying to get the right people in the room. We have more than 50 CEOs and founders among our 105 speakers across all 3 days. And thank you for coming. You are all Jedi. We want to speak to you from the right level of elevation and leave you with enough networking time to make deals happen. We want to speak directly to the people who can move the ball forward or maybe kick the droid forward and make this industry better. So thank you to all of you who also made this happen and recruited your peers to come, including our advisory board and the speakers themselves. The speakers had a contest to get the most people to attend here, and the winner will get an HTC Vive. I'm not sure exactly who's in the lead right now, but we're selling right up to right now. We want you to think of GamesBeat as the neutral ground of the industry, where competitors and comrades alike can gather. And as I was riding up the road here to Terranea, I realized that we made it as hard for you to get here as possible. We moved our event from San Francisco to LA during vacation season. We put it at a remote resort. We put it just after Casual Connect, SIGGRAPH, and ChinaJoy, and just before VRLA and Gamescom. And still, you made it here. So maybe you're here because we made a personal connection. Maybe it's because GamesBeat listened to what you had to say when everyone else was laughing you out of the room. Our last GamesBeat Summit celebrated the theme of underdogs, and we can relate to that as a small company ourselves. This is one reason why we have 13 people here from small game studios. They got in for free, thanks in part to partnerships with Intel and Epic Games. They are great creators and worthy Padawans whom you should meet in the expo area. We have a speaker from Blizzard on stage for the first time this year. I feel close to Blizzard because I wrote the very first story on Blizzard 25 years ago. And I wrote a 25th anniversary story earlier this year. But we got this speaker because GamesBeat's Jason Wilson sought out Blizzard's PR man at E3 and made a personal pitch to get them on our stage. And that's what we call relationship journalism. Now, I would love to fill the internet up with intelligent speech, and we all know it doesn't always work out that way. Adam Orth knows that. Adam was drummed out of a job at Microsoft by an internet hate mob, and a couple of the stories that helped him lose that job were in VentureBeat. He bounced back from that dark experience and created a game called Adrift, which was an allegory for how he felt. He launched that game in VR, and when I saw his pitch to speak come in, I didn't hesitate to approve it. It felt like good karma to me to catch Adam in a time of renewal in his career. So I'm happy to see Adam here. And to talk about the lessons he learned of making a VR game, and that's kicking the ball forward. Our theme is The Platform Awakens, a new hope for the game industry. VR and AR are not just offering developers a chance for renewal, they could become multi-billion-dollar gaming platforms and economic foundations for the whole world. Our platform owners here want to inspire you to make games for their platforms, but everybody's job here is to inspire you to create games that change the world. So right now, the VR platforms have the same credibility challenges that Facebook and Apple had nearly a decade ago. And just like then, the critics and naysayers are warning that we're in a bubble. AR and VR are drawing a huge amount of investment from venture capitalists who are forming new funds just for this purpose. We're also seeing huge platform investments from Facebook, Google, Valve, HTC, Microsoft, Magic Leap, and Samsung. These platforms aren't designed just for games, but like the ultimate Darwinian life form, games have made their way onto these platforms. They've taken over, and gamers will lead their adoption. Publishers and developers face the usual questions about which platform strategy to pursue. Who will the winners and losers be? When should they launch games? Which consumers should they target? We've got the platform owners at our conference, as well as the makers of the critical game engines and the marketing tools. The path forward is treacherous. That potential partner, the person across the table smiling at you, are they more like Han Solo, or Rey, or Kylo Ren? Who are you going to trust? As I said a year ago, the days when a rising tide of investments lifted all boats are over. The winner has to know how to outwit rivals, steal market share, and leapfrog others with thought leadership. Last year's theme, Game of Thrones, was quite fitting back then, as it felt like gaming was a zero-sum game. But the new hope of AR and VR is to provide more blue oceans for game creators to roam. HTC and a bunch of VC firms have created the Virtual Reality Venture Capital Alliance with $10 billion in available funds. This is not about staking a claim in, this is more about staking a claim in a new place and not just surviving in some fortress. We want to see that money flow to the people here who have the ideas that matter. We don't know exactly what will come out of this event, but we know something good will be cooking from all of the deal making here. This whole event, including our AR VR Day and the larger GamesBeat, is about giving you many choices to delve into the topics that are important to you. We have a dozen breakout sessions with nearly 50 speakers across all of them. After AR VR Day is over, we'll continue GamesBeat with a focus on emerging areas such as esports, digital strategies, regional competition, and influencers. Any one of these people could be critical for you to meet. Any one of them could be the next John Hanke, the man who became an overnight success with Pokemon Go after 20 years of work. We are live streaming our main stage on Twitch and YouTube. We will keep the camera on all day for both our main stage sessions and something we're calling GamesBeat University, which is starting on Tuesday. And that will be moderated by the effervescent Gordon Bellamy and air during our breaks. We've built plenty of networking time into the meals, breaks, and the receptions. And all this would not be possible without our sponsors. I'd like to thank them again. They include Google, AdColony, Intel, Tapjoy, AMD, Epic Games, Apptopia, Funware, FunPlus, Twitch, Gameville, and more. We hope that they're with us because they see it's important to reach the influential people here. I would be overwhelmed with joy to see more of you step forward and support our future events. I don't sleep very much, and I don't sleep enough. But the sleep that I get is because of our hardworking staff. GamesBeat has grown well beyond me. We run more than 90 stories in a week, and I write less than 25 of them. GamesBeat has 4 full-timers and a number of freelancers. Our team includes managing editor Jason Wilson, our Obi-Wan figure, Jeff Grubb, our news writer and Chewbacca figure. He's got the hair for it. And our community manager and all-around BB-8 droid, Mike Minotti. And we've also got Giancarlo Valdez here, who maybe more like R2-D2, I guess. Jeff has written 5,300 stories for us. Mike has done 2,300. Mike's trying to catch up. Jason has edited thousands of stories. We like to think of ourselves as the Rebel Alliance. We're always hoping for that one story about a game that changes the galaxy and blows up the Death Star of boredom. But enough with the Star Wars jokes. Let's get on with it. Is this market going to get off the ground? What's the killer app? Is Pokemon Go really AR? Is its success repeatable? I very much like the fact that Niantic Labs was the biggest of underdogs in gaming, and it is now on its way to being one of the most powerful companies. It has taken that mob of people out there and turned them into something with a positive purpose. a force that can change the world for the better. Pokemon Go has enabled me to take more walks with my wonderful daughters than I have ever been able to do before, except when they were in strollers. My awakening hope is that this experience is repeatable. I think we have a quality experience at GamesBeat that is repeatable, and you're only getting it because we've got some great people delivering it for you. So lastly, I'd like to thank our VentureBeat staff like Heather Klein, Megan Pulver, Stacy Cohen, Matt Kotler, Rob Harper, Heather Ausiaki, Liza Seordia, the rest of our great sales team, and our AV and production partner, Watermark. Thanks also to Matt Marshall, Philippe Koss, Aaron Golden, Stuart Rogers, photographer Michael O'Donnell, and once again, our crew of GamesBeat writers. Actually, can we get our GamesBeat crew to walk up here on stage, please? Careful, this is unrehearsed.
Yeah.
All right, very good. So anyway, thank you so much for coming. We expect you all to do your part in filling this room and filling the internet with intelligent speech. So let's kick that droid forward. Thank you.